Hello everyone, welcome to the channel update for April. I hope everyone's February went well. February, March, whatever. Time, who gets it, really? You know, it's this thing that no one understands. I hope everyone's March went well. Again, all things considered. You know, what with COVID-19, I hope you guys are all staying safe, practicing the proper hand-washing techniques, social distancing, more isolation if the outbreak is bad for you, like it is in New York City and stuff like that. And it hasn't come down yet, but I'm hearing rumblings that it is, and I'm certainly seeing this from health experts. Wear a mask. I know that there is a shortage, but those are primarily for the N95 masks, and I don't think that all of the masks that are out there are N95 masks, so those do work for just, you know, everyday normal person use, especially if you don't think you're infected. That said, everyone should assume they're infected at this point. Not because they will be, but because it will alter how they, you know, how you act and operate and come into contact with people. It's kind of what we have to do to get through this, and we're going to be dealing with this for a while. It's going to be a nasty pandemic. Lots of people are going to die, and I don't want it to be you guys. I don't want it to be anyone, but, you know, if I could save one group of people, it'd be you, the viewers. After all, who would watch my stuff? But I heard a kind of a comparison from an Iranian. They said that there was this element of the Iran-Iraq war from a number of decades ago where, like, everyone knew someone who died from that war. And they were feeling that this is going to be the same thing, where everyone's going to know someone who died of COVID-19. So, you know, please do stay safe and practice the proper techniques. Wear a mask, listen to the health professionals, listen to the authorities, do what they say about staying at home and stuff like that. There are some people out there who have to work, grocery stores, medical professionals, EMTs, those sorts of people. They are putting their lives in danger for us, so please do respect them and give them their proper due and everything like that. And not just to protect yourself, but to protect them as well. You know, wash your hands, wear gloves, wear a mask, and avoid people as much as possible, for the most part. So please, let's see if we can make it through this. So that's kind of my PSA part for the beginning. I'm sure I'll be touching on it some more because this is gonna be a big thing. I mean, like, there's events that happen in people's lives that stick with them for the rest of their lives, and people talk about and stuff like that. And I think that this is gonna be one of those. It's kind of interesting because there's some good comparisons with the Spanish flu pandemic of 1918 that got to be known as the Forgotten Pandemic. I mean, I didn't even know about it until I was an adult. I think a lot of it was because there was a war going on and certain nations were censoring news about it because of, you know, they didn't want it to hurt the war effort. It came to be known as the Spanish flu because Spain was uninvolved at that point. And they weren't censoring the news about it, so it had the appearance of Spain being hit hard, although, as I understand it, and I could be wrong, they weren't particularly hard hit compared to most other places. So, but yeah, this is going to be something that we're dealing with for quite a while now, and we need to get through it, and we need to get through it safely. Hopefully with minimal numbers of people dying, although we've probably already passed that point, and now we're just trying to mitigate it as much as possible. Anyway, so about the channel, the first thing to probably mention is that April 2020 is about midpoint in the month. Will be the 9th anniversary for the channel. I have been doing this for 9 years. I started in, I think it was April 11th, 2009. No, 2011, my bad. 2011, yeah, not 2009. And started with the Gold Box games, and just, like, I was putting up lots of stuff. Eventually I got onto a schedule which is where I am now, trying to, rather than just overwhelm subfeeds and stuff like that. But yeah, so it's been 9 years now, and it's been a blast the whole time. I'm definitely enjoying this, and still enjoying it. Still looking forward to putting out more content and streams and everything like that. So I'm going to be around for a while. I hope you guys are continuing to enjoy it as well. In terms of the active series, did finish up last month, Betrayal at Krondor. It was a lot of fun to play. It was a very interesting game. I had never gotten past Chapter 1, mainly because I'd only played it at a friend's house and just played it a little bit. But it was pretty vivid. I had vivid memories of how the game played from my childhood. So it was fun to dive in and actually, get a chance to play. Because, when you're playing games at a friend's house, it's maybe an hour at a time. If you're lucky, kind of thing, and then, you're not doing it every day and stuff like that, and then, they'll get a new game, and you'll play that instead after a time and stuff like that. So it was nice to actually experience the game and, play it through to the end. There's certainly some quirkiness to it, but it's definitely a good game. I highly recommend it if you're looking for something fun to play. Replacing it is Qadim, the Genie's Curse, an action RPG from SSI, which uses a lot of the dungeon hack sound effects to hilarious effect, shall we say. I'm not good at the game, but I don't care. I'm going to have fun. It is definitely not a... My takeaway right now, playing 13 episodes, as you can see, that's what I've gotten recorded so far, is that the game would be a lot better with a controller. The keyboard setup is one of the clunky features of it. It does not adapt well to a keyboard. It kind of feels like it should have been a console game. It really does. I'm kind of surprised it didn't get a port. Some of the other ones did, and I'm kind of surprised that one didn't, because it's a natural console game. I suppose I could try and keybind a controller, but whatever. So that's the new stuff. Well, I guess the other new thing is Stellaris Federations. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm enjoying the content. I think they've done a lot of good work. The diplomacy thing is fantastic, but at the same time, I'm feeling a little tired of Stellaris, I guess. It's not keeping my interest as much as Crusader Kings 2. And I think part of it is because the game kind of goes the same way all the time. You're building a lot of the same buildings, you're doing a lot of the same stuff. Whereas in Crusader Kings 2, you'll get a lot of different events, whether depending on whether you're joining different societies, whether you're playing in a different area, what kinds of things you're going for, and just it feels more different when you play in a different area, I guess. And when you're playing as a Muslim or a Christian or a pagan, or a merchant republic or anything like that, there's all kinds of differences that come in that I just feel like there isn't as many different play styles in Stellaris. But anyway, I'm having fun with it. I've had some people commenting on the playthrough itself, and one of the things going on with that is in the past, I've gotten the code a week ahead of time, and there was an embargo for 5 days later kind of thing, so I'd have the code, and I'd be able to play the game for a bit, try out a few things, explore the early thing, kind of get a feel for what I like about the opening moves and stuff like that, and I didn't get that opportunity. It was literally here's the code, you can post videos now. So, I I didn't have an opportunity to pre-play the game, so to speak. I mean, I did get the code early, courtesy of Paradox. They are always nice about that. But I think they were trying something different. They were going. I saw they were going to different big Let's Players and kind of having them play a specific thing. And then they had that Creator Cold War stream over one weekend. And if they do that again, I'm definitely going to see if I can get into that. I don't know. I don't know if they would be taking requests, but I imagine one of the reasons why I might not have been considered is because I'm like not on the forums all the time and on the Reddit and stuff like that posting. I mean, I got pretty consistent video posts of every update, with the exception of the Relics one, just because I was in the middle of a campaign, a multiplayer campaign at the time, and I didn't really want to have two Stellaris campaigns on the channel at the same time. Yeah, so if they do that again, I would definitely like to, see if I can get my way in, if possible. I'll definitely want to consider that, because I watched the videos, and it looked like a lot of fun, so I'd probably get my butt kicked, but, what are you going to do? In terms of other ongoing stuff, of course, Crusader Kings 2, The White Huns. That campaign, I've gotten one of the first achievements already. I don't think that the video is live yet. I'll need to double check. It may have just gone live either today or yesterday. We're kind of in the blob mode, I can win most of my wars that I want. But there are still some tough challenges ahead. The Aztecs have arrived. I'm not going to be dealing with them for a while, just because of where they are. It's kind of going to be my end game crisis to a certain extent. The mid game crisis is apparently China, but it's neither here nor there. Fun times. But yeah, still having a blast with that. I may dive into another Crusader Kings 2 campaign right after that. I have no idea when Crusader Kings 3 is coming out. I have no feel for it, no gut instinct on when that might be coming. But I will be definitely doing something with that when it comes out. And of course, Dragon Quest VI, we're definitely in the wind down period, although I was kind of expecting it to wrap up right around April 10th. Which is when the Final Fantasy VII Remake comes out, and that's definitely not happening. I'm definitely going to be going past that. So I will probably be doing I'll be doing Final Fantasy VII, and I'll get videos up as soon as I get the game, and I do some testing and get it, satisfactory for my, get the videos satisfactory and everything like that. So we'll see how that goes, but I don't know exactly when they're going to make it go live and start the downloads on PlayStation 4s and stuff like that, but we'll see. So that will be coming. We'll have two console games going at the same time at that point. But it happens. A lot of people are home from work right now anyway, so maybe you'll have extra time to watch it. Still doing Dokopon Kingdom with MysteriousSJG and Zerfall. That has gone down to 2 episodes a day. MysteriousJG had a recent surgery. If you want to know more about that, I'm not going to go into details. He does have an update on his channel. I would recommend you go check that out. But that's why we're down to 2 episodes a week. Just because we're not entirely sure on how much we're going to be able to get recorded consistently going forward. Shouldn't be a problem finishing it, but it's just more of a question of, can we get the episodes that we need every week, to be ready every week. So that's kind of where we are with that. His surgery is done. It went well. He's back to recording his own stuff again as well. But there's just, post-op stuff that will be coming down the road. So if you're curious more about that, check out his channel, look at his update video, and if you're not subscribed to him, give him a subscription. He does a lot of good stuff. Check out his videos as well. Same with Zerfall. Zerfall also streams late evenings sometimes. The Dragon Quest II Dragon Quest Builders 2 footage, that's going to be going up for a long time. I still have not finished up all of the processing of those stream sessions. So we're now, like, I think months behind on the YouTubes compared to the streams. But, hey, it's still getting good views, so I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah, just be prepared for quite a bit more coming down the pipe. And, of course, the Spelljammer campaign, still going strong on the weekends, Saturdays. Check out those stream sessions. So, for those curious what has replaced Dragon Quest Builders 2, if you haven't heard, haven't followed me on Twitch, I do have a link up here. Do go ahead and follow me on Twitch to get my streaming announcements. I'm streaming Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Mondays are basically 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Wednesday and Friday is usually around somewhere between 11 and noon, so 11:30-ish to noon to about 2 p.m.-ish. So shorter streams. But I'm streaming the XCOM Files mod for OpenXCOM. It's been a blast. It is a crazy, crazy mod, and it's a big mod. We've got a long, long way ahead of us to go, so that'll be streaming for quite a bit. And also, if you have noticed, there's these channel points that I've called hams on Twitch, where as you watch, you accrue these points. You can use them for, like, unlocking emotes, modifying emotes for a day, stuff like that. It's just kind of like, fun interactive stuff. The streamers can create their own new things. I've seen some interesting things from other people. The one that I've created so far, I'm still thinking of perhaps some other ones. I'm calling Ham for History. So you use your channel points, which I call hams, and I read a selection from a history book that I have on hand. Usually Mesopotamian history, sometimes Northern mythology, Celtic mythology, that sort of thing. Yeah, check that out, accrue the points, and get a little tidbit of history for your trouble. That's primarily it with the channel. And of course, Saturdays at noon, the Spelljammer game is ongoing pretty much weekly. So do check that out. So yeah, that's basically the channel stuff. Coming up, like I said, a little bit over a week away is going to be Final Fantasy VII Remake. It looks good. I don't know how it'll play yet. I did get the demo. I have not had time to play it. It only goes about an hour, so this weekend, I need to play it. Maybe after my Spelljammer session this Saturday, I'll load it up and play it, get a feel for it. I also kind of need to use that to get a feel for the recording settings that I need. Anyway, yeah, that's really the channel stuff. I don't think there's a whole lot else to talk about. As many of you are aware, I do have a Dungeons & Dragons blog, and once per month I put up a new deity. Well, it's not a new deity. I'm updating existing deities to the Faiths and Avatars format, giving them, fully fleshed out details, specialty priests, spells, that sort of thing. I don't know why that's screwed up. I'll have to go in and look at that. I think the last one got screwed up that way too. But there's a PDF version that you can download that looks a lot better and is easier to read. And yeah, so this month is Amantiensian. He's the Treant King. He's a member of the Sealy Court. It's a pretty interesting deity. I kind of looked around at some tree mythology to see if there was anything that I could adapt and weave some of that in to give a more fully fleshed out deity. And of course, I drew a little bit on Tolkien, of course. Being a Treant King, and Treants are based on Ents. Had to draw upon some of that. But yeah, it's an interesting deity if you want to go check that out. Also, there is The Let's Play archive is just a textual list of the games that I've played, the playlists and stuff like that. It's a little out of date now. I kind of only update it every few months, and so it is missing some of the more recent stuff. But if you've only been subscribed to me for a year and you haven't had a chance to really go through all of my old playlists, and of course, the YouTube playlist listings are kind of crazy. This might be an easier way to find things. It's all text. It's all broken down by series, types, games, that sort of thing. So do check that out if you're having trouble with the YouTube playlists here. A side note on YouTube: some of you on Discord have seen me vocally complain very, very vociferously about the changes that have come with the new studio. It's awful. It's crap. It's complete and utter crap. The idea that like, I joked with some friends that Google should just fire their entire YouTube UX UI design staff because they're bad at it. They got rid of the old studio, and luckily they have not gotten rid of the old uploader yet, so I can still upload multiple files at a time. Gasp! Shock! Yes, the new uploader. You have to individually choose files, one at a time, to upload. You cannot drag and drop 5 files, 10 files, or as I have occasionally done in the past before they limited it on the classic uploader, 47. It's just completely bonkers that they don't have that feature. Like, I swear to God, they like, hey, let's talk to people who upload once a month. Does this work for you? Yeah, sure, this is fine. I only upload 1 video a month. It's perfectly fine for me. And they didn't talk to anyone who uploads like 4 videos a day or more. It's bonkers. And I don't know what's going to happen with comments. In that the new comment section that the creators use is ungodly slow. It's like I type in the comment and I wait 5 seconds for it to fully appear in the text box. It's that bad. It is that slow. It is awful. I genuinely do not understand how Google could let this go out the door. It's whatever. All right. Enough of that complaining. If you want to support me, I would very much appreciate it. I have multiple ways of supporting me, and the links will be in the description below. Patreon is my primary preferred method, based on how it is handled and how what percentages I get and stuff like that. It is by far the best, in my opinion. So if you can support me on that, I would really appreciate it. It goes a long way to supporting the channel, keeping, allowing me to continue creating all these videos, getting new games and stuff like that. So if you can support me, even $1 goes a long, long way to helping. And I've had some patrons have to cut back on their support because of, so many people are being laid off right now. And I totally understand that. I'm not asking them to, restore their old support levels, because, they got to do what they got to do for themselves first. But those of you who are not in such dire financial straits, if you could, see your way to supporting me for, $1, $5 or something like that, it would be, it would go a long way to helping the channel. It really, really does. It may not seem like much to you, $1 a month, but it really does help. And it does go a long way to supporting the channel. If you can't do, a monthly recurring thing, another way is you can buy a ham for AuldDragon over at Ko-fi. And you can just choose an amount, put in your message, and stuff like that, and support me that way. It's a one-time support, and it's pretty easy to do. Any support really does help quite a bit. In addition, subscriptions and bits on Twitch. Those are all fantastic as well. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you can connect up your Twitch account to it, get Twitch Prime, and subscribe to one channel once per month for free. That basically means that I get $2.50, and you pay nothing extra. That's a really good deal. But you can only do that with one channel a month, so if you're watching multiple people, you may want to rotate it or something like that. The other subscription levels are fantastic too. They unlock emotes. The more you, the more you cheer as well. There's now emotes specifically for those people, and I've added in some fun ones. So, please do consider all of those methods, whichever works for you. If you can support me on those, it really does go a long way, especially in this time when, so much is going on, and other people have to, reduce their support levels for their own financial sake. It's totally understandable that they have to do that. I'm not accusing them or attacking them or anything like that. I completely understand. I really do. It's a crummy time for a lot of people. But if those of you who are in better shape right now can help me, I'd really appreciate it. It really would go a long way to keeping the channel producing as much as it is, and getting as many streams and getting as many daily videos out there. It really does mean a lot. So I want to thank all of those who have been supporting me. Their names are scrolling by on the bottom. It really does mean a lot to me that anyone views my content as valuable enough to support me in that way. That it has that influence on them. That it has that meaning for them. That they're willing to throw a few bucks my way. I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much, and please do stay safe out there. Once again, make sure that you are listening to the recommendations of the authorities and the health professionals. It's very important. We really need to, it's the buzzword, flatten the curve, but it's absolutely true. The fewer people who get this in the short term, it's pretty likely that many of us are going to get it. It's a deadly virus, but not so deadly as some others like Ebola. But it is still very, very contagious. So many of us will get it, and if we can spread that out, we won't be overwhelming the hospital systems. So please do listen to your health professionals and take care of yourselves. Take care of everyone else. That's what we need to do in these kinds of times. It's what makes us human, really. The ability for us to choose and look at other people and put the community's needs first rather than our needs first. It's the thing that sets us apart. I remember a quote, and I don't know I don't know if this is apocryphal or accurate or not, but there's a quote about an anthropology professor asking her students, "What's the first sign of civilization?" Looking at the archaeological record, what is the first sign of civilization amongst, the remains, ancient remains? And, the student gives an answer, but the professor says, no, it is seeing an elderly person or a person whose life-threatening injuries have healed. Like, if you find a body with a healed broken bone, that means that someone took care of them, like a broken leg bone in particular, something like that, something that would make them easy prey, something that means that they can't take care of themselves, or toothless skulls where they clearly lost their teeth well before they died. These indicate that people in the community were taking care of them, and that is the first sign of civilization. And that's the kind of thing we need to do now is, take care of everyone. So please do, listen to everyone, the health professionals, on what you need to do. I want you guys to stay safe, and I want you guys to keep everyone else safe too. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in future streams and videos.